Hello everyone, good afternoon to all of you. My name is One Who Gets Spread, and we're going to continue here with our Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, or should I say Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Trainer Tip series. And today we are going to take a look at the Pokemon Victreebel. This is the Flycatcher Pokemon from Gen 1. It's a solid grass and poison type. It's also one of James's favorite Pokemon as well if you've watched the anime and all the countless times where this Pokemon has shown its affection for James throughout the years. And so, yeah, we're going to take a look at this insanely powerful Pokemon and quite an exotic one as well. It's inspired by the pitcher plants from the tropics. So, let's take a look at how that translates into usage in our movesets as well as in some battle situations. Alright, grass poison, again, a lot of weaknesses because of the grass type, as well as the ones that poison has, so like psychic, but I think ground is just ×1, so I think it's just psychic on the poison end, and then everything else is from grass. Alrighty, so now we are looking at a Jolly Victreebel. I have a modest one as well, but today we're going to look at the Jolly one, because this one is better for sweeping. And it was caught in the Grand Underground. So how do you get your own Victreebel other than the ground underground after you get the national Dex? Well, you could find Bellsprout in Route 229, as well as Weepinbell in Route 224. If you catch yourself a Weepinbell, you could just use a Leaf Stone on it to get your Victreebel. But if you have a Bellsprout, you'll need to evolve it to level 21 in order to get to Weepinbell. And then we'll go use a Leaf Stone on it to get to Victreebel. Alrighty, so again, this is one of my favorite plant Pokemon. I mean, like plant as in it's based off a plant than grass types. I have some grass types aren't really based off a plant themselves, but this is one of my favorite ones that is based off a plant. Alrighty, so let's take a look at its stats. So as we see, we have a powerful attacker. We have both powerful physical attack, and it could also be a powerful special attacker. As I was mentioning earlier, I had a modest one. And we see its speed is quite high. It's base 102, so we could play around with that, you know? We have this ability here called chlorophyll, which we could boost our speed during sunlight. So we have to set up sunlight ourselves, or we could have a Pokemon in the battle set it up for us, and then we just switch in the Victreebel. Alrighty, some other things to note is, again, there is a high special attack and attack, so this is an offensive Pokemon. It has an okay speed, which will be boosted by chlorophyll, so Victreebel can take the role of a sweeper. And something surprising, its defense isn't pretty bad. I mean, if you look at it, you could just probably train her and get into a different nature to get that speed up. The defenses don't have to be that high as well because it's a sweeper, so this thing is going to be under harsh sunlight, and it's going to be taking out Pokemon left, right, and center. Hopefully, it's going to have to use some status moves to get to that point first, and maybe some help from its allied Pokemon in your team. But other than that, I think Victreebel has some potential as a sweeper. Alrighty, so let's take a look at its moves I have right now in this Victreebel. Again, I'm going to go over movesets that use only the learn-up moves, which could be retaught via the Move Relearner guy in Pastoria City. I know you could add some TMs to Pokemon and such, but I wanted to do movesets from the most accessible, you know? Not everyone will have 10 TMs or all the TMs that they could just use on multiple Pokemon at every given time. So I wanted to use the relearnable moves from the moveset in order to find if there's any nuggets of gold, you know, we could use in there for a competitively viable moveset for the Battle Tower and in-game as well. Alright, so we could see the set here. We have Sleep Powder, and I'm going to get Leaf Blade in a little bit, but it learns Leaf Blade, so that's going to be a stronger physical grass type attack. Again, a Jolly one is going to run off that physical attack that's being unchanged. Because if the speed is going up, we also need something to boost its offenses. If it's going to be a sweeper, well, we could only run a physical sweeper on this specific Victreebel because we're trading in special attack for more speed. We also have the stab move Poison Jab. Again, It's a physical move and get that poison chance hopefully in battles, and then knockoff. So knockoff will help get rid of some of the psychic Pokemon, or maybe some ghost types, you know. It's another coverage move that's thrown in there. It's a physical move, so it's going to be strong as long as we focus on this thing's attack. And you also get the extra bonus of knocking off a valuable item on the opponent Pokemon. You know, like a berry, citrus berry is a main culprit of this. Maybe you'll knock off I don't know, maybe you'll knock off a focus sash. You don't know what you're gonna find, but you know, all of these teams in competitive use these helpful items to help boost their edge in battle. So if you could get rid of a few of those items, be it knockoff or another similar method, maybe on a different set of a Pokemon, then you're probably going to be golden for the fight. Alrighty, so that's the moves I have on it right now. Sleep Powder, again, sleep is one of the most potent, if not the most potent, status conditions you could put on a Pokemon. Because it's just up to RNG if they're going to wake up unless they have certain abilities or if they use Sleep Talk, what have you. But, all in all, it's one of the most potent status effects that you can inflict onto a Pokemon. Not infect them, I mean, you're going to inflict it, not infect them with something. But I do like using the sleep status when I'm using a sweeper. Especially, I've noticed that there's multiple sweeper Pokemon that are in the grass type as well, sometimes the poison type, that do carry sleep powder. And it's just something to note that these Pokemon are like insect-like, right? They're going to be fast. Not all of them are going to have good defenses, but if we are talking something about like a Victreebel that has somewhat lower defenses but good offense and good speed, and it has that chlorophyll ability, that's going to be a sweeper. You could put up the sleep powder and just go wailing on the other Pokemon. You also have the Venomoth that I was talking about earlier in a different episode. That Venomoth, it can sweep. If you get off one sleep powder and then you get off maybe even just one quiver dance, you could start sweeping. You don't have to be worried about being resisted because of its ability to Tintin Lens. Alrighty, so that's enough talk about this specific moveset, but let's look at its learn set in general. So I'm just going to go and select it, and we're at Pastoria's Mover Learner, and we're just going to look through it. Alright, so Weather Ball is an egg move. You could get the egg moves in the Grand Underground. If I was running my special one, which I do sometimes, I actually recommend Weather Ball, because this will turn into a Fire-type special attack underneath Sun. So your Victreebel will literally have a Fire-type move to use as long as the sun is up. And when the sun is up, you'll have the Chlorophyll boost as well, so you'll be a sweeper with a Fire-type special attack. Alright, Leaf Tornado, again, special move, but has the bonus of a chance to lower the target's accuracy, so that might be helpful in some situations, I don't know. Stockpile, if you're trying to stall with a Victreebel in some way, you could use Stockpile to boost their defenses. Both of them will be boosted, so Stockpile is actually a move we might see later on in some of these other bulkier Pokemon. Not much on Victreebel, but on other bulkier Pokemon, maybe Stockpile might be a good in-game move to use. Because if the Battle Tower, it's just going to be, it's not going to be the level of like the VGC or anything like that, where they're doing all this crazy stuff. You could probably pull off a Stockpile on some of these bulkier Pokemon and be good. Alright, again, Swallow Spit Up, that's Stockpile moves. Growth might be good for sweeping, so we might consider replacing Knockoff with the Growth if you're running a physical sweeping Victreebel on a Sun team. So again, Growth will raise both of the offenses, but if it's under sunlight, it's going to sharply raise them, so attack +2 and special attack +2. So it's a handy move if you want to take a gander at it. Alright, here's this other status powders. Maybe Stun Spore might not be that bad because I'll just lower speed instead of sleep. Paralysis is permanent other than sleep, because sleep just lasts for 3 turns. Paralysis could last for the whole battle, you know? So Stun Spore might be interesting. We have Gastro Acid. Gastro Acid is an amazing ability if you pair it up with the correct Pokemon. I've ran a Gastro Acid Electros and a Slaking in Oras, and so I got rid of the Slaking Strint, right? So now that thing could just wail on anything it wanted with it. An Earthquake, it could go with a Return, so that's a base 200 normal type physical move that I could use. I could just use Earthquake like I was saying. I had Brick Break on it, I think, as well. Night Slash, so that, and Play Rough. Man, this thing was just like punching things left and right, you know, because it doesn't have Churn. Got rid of it with Gastro Acid. So there's some good situations where you could put Gastro Acid on a Pokemon in doubles, and that thing is just going to power those certain Pokemon that have those abilities that might be holding them back. Alright, you have Slam. Again, that's just a normal move, so we might not really use it. Leaf Blade, this is the strongest physical move that the Victreebel could learn as one of its stabs. Other than maybe an egg move, maybe if it has Gunk Shot or Power Whip, but from the learned set, Leaf Blade is the strongest one, so we're just going to replace Razor Leaf with Leaf Blade, and I think we'll be good. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the item for Victreebel. Again, the item's kind of limited in this game because not all of them came out in Gen 4, but I put a Heat Rock on my Sweeping Victreebel. You could put a Black Sludge on a Stalling one, or just one that you send out. But there's some other movesets you could do, but again, they have TMs or they have move turtle moves that aren't in the game right now. So yeah, I just put a Heat Rock on mine, and I set out Sun first, then I switch it in, put Heat Rock on it. You can maybe put a Focus Sash if you wanted to on some sets, if you just want to go wailing at something. Alrighty, so that was Victreebel. I hope this was interesting and informative. I hope you enjoyed this series as a whole. Please drop a follow and a like if you're interested in more Pokemon content, as well as on my Twitch, twitch.tv/onewhogetsbread. Alright guys, thank you so much for viewing. I hope you enjoy this. Take care and have a good day.